I've worked at the Humane Society of Western Montana for 8.5 years. I decided to start working here at the Humane Society because, like everyone who comes here, I absolutely love animals, especially cats and dogs, and getting to spend every day with them is fantastic. My favorite part is probably kittens. I've seen thousands of kittens over the years, but every kitten is still adorable. The hardest part is when a family must surrender a really well-loved pet because of things they can't control, like losing their home or conflict with other pets in the home, something like that.
Tell us about your role here and what your position is like, how long you've been here.
Okay. I currently am one of our certified professional dog trainers, and I also operate our behavior helpline with our other trainers. It's a free consultation service, and I also provide private lessons to the public for what are basic things or issues. In the shelter, I help oversee the training and enrichment of pets in our care and sometimes specialized plans for pets with greater training needs, and then I also work with the doctors, staff, and volunteers. When someone is interested in a pet, we start by discussing that animal, and if we have a home history on that animal, we'll share it with the new family. If we don't, we can at least share our observations and what we've learned about the pet while they're in our care. The family fills out a short survey that helps us get a little more information about their home and any questions they might have. And then we chat about whether their expectations and their lifestyle matches the pet they're interested in, and what training needs or special considerations they might want to make if it's like a dog who escapes or a young chewer or anything like that. And then assuming the pet is already spayed or neutered, they can go home right away with the family. If they aren't, we let the family have a reservation on that pet, and then we get them spayed or neutered for them. My favorite part of the adoption process is when there is a kid involved in the family, and they're usually, of course, very excited, and they love to pick out the collar color. So kind of seeing that enthusiasm from a child, usually it's their first pet or it's a really big deal, is my favorite part.
Do you ever have people you have to turn down for adoptions?
We do at times have folks who are interested in a pet that may not be the best fit for their home. In those situations, we can usually help the family see why it may not be the best fit and help them find a better fit. It's not like you have to apply to adopt a pet, but it is really important to us that the new home is a good fit for the people and for the pet, so we do everything we can to make a good match and help a family if they're interested in a pet who may not fit their household. We haven't done extended holds. Our holds are usually an overnight thing, so like you can go home and talk about it or get your other dog to do an introduction. There have been over the years a couple exceptions, usually something like the dog needed to wait for surgery anyway. Every day in a shelter is more exposure to stress and potential for exposure to disease, so it is really important that they get out into the community as quickly as possible. And the other reason is that, as with everything, space is limited, so the faster pets go home, the more pets we can bring into our care to find new homes. Adoption fees are set, and they have to do with species and age. So like kittens and puppies are a little more expensive, partly because there's high demand for them, and that cost helps to offset the care of senior cats and pets who maybe cost a little more to stay here, but people aren't going to pay a lot for. And then occasionally we have what's called an ambassador pet. So that would be a very rare breed type, a small breed 8-week-old puppy or some amazing purebred that we rarely see. And the ambassador pets do cost a little more, and they're called ambassadors because, again, their higher fee helps to offset the cost for the average pet in our care. The average cost of care for a pet here at the Humane Society is $270. And so certainly averages are skewed. You have the small breed dog who comes in and only spends 24 hours, so that dog got 2 meals, the vaccines, $30 or so maybe. However, then you have dogs who may stay weeks, you have senior cats who may stay months, who may need a dental, who may need blood work, all these other things that can add up, any specialty medications. So as usual with averages, it's kind of odd to look at, but the point is that the adoption fee is not even a very significant percentage of what it usually takes to care for a pet, which is why we rely so much on donations and the support of our community and fundraising to be able to do what we do. Folks will donate to the Humane Society on our website in person. We often have groups, school groups, kids, who will do their own little fundraisers, bake sales, ask for donations instead of birthday gifts, which is always really heartwarming. And then we do requests from our donors, annual appeals, that type of thing that nonprofits often do. And our big events of the year, our fundraisers, are the Ken Sugar Humanitarian Award and the Canine Classic Hike event.
When the smoke clears, I will be riding. When the smoke clears, I will be riding. When the smoke clears, you and I against the world, that's what you told me. We ride the highs and lows. Smoke clears.